Guys, it looks like Orlo is leaving us. He's making new friends over there.
Lyra, as your spiritual advisor, I want you to know that everything you've just witnessed is extremely unethical.
You can join me if you want, but we have you said we have an hour to kill.
How much time do we have left now?
Most of that. I would
47 minutes.
47 minutes and 39 seconds.
How many milliseconds?
38. 37.
We're cutting it close. Oh.
So,
Okay,
as
Orlo.
Orlo walks into the tavern, I'm just gonna kind of look at Roland and lie, like, you know, sometimes I think Orlo is the leader.
I truly envy him.
Yeah. Well, I gotta follow him just out of curiosity.
Let's
I
go.
mean, if we're going down into a setup, I'm at least having a drink.
Well, on that we agree.
And I, before I go inside, though, I'm gonna kind of like timidly look over at Steve and just like quickly toss him some food and run inside.
As you do, you see like you toss it over, and he kind of like he does something you've never seen him do before. He kind of like lays the front of his body like down on the ground and just like looks up at you.
Hey, look, Steve is warming up there.
I scritch like behind his head, I guess.
You feel him like kind of press up into your hand a little bit.
Ooh. You're making a friend.
Max looks on with contempt.
How about a neck?
Tab out neck.
You guys
Sell out.
walk into this inn, and it is, again, much like everything here, just extravagance that you guys don't even understand. And it's not because it's expensive, it's just because of the nature of everything being magical. There are floating plates and drinks, and like all of the lights are chandeliers, but the chandeliers aren't connected to the ceiling. The space feels bigger than it is. It is just a wildly overwhelming sensation. There's music, there's dancers, there's all kinds of things going on, and it's not busy right now, but because of the nature of this place, it feels like there's still like that energy and bustling nature to it. Go ahead,
It's
Orlo.
one of those bars that's loud on a Tuesday night.
Yeah, the volume switch is broken. It's fine.
Orlo walks in, looks around a little bit, and scans the room. And so is there still a decent amount of people in here?
Yeah, I'd say there's probably like 50, 70 people in here.
Oh, perfect. So Orlo goes over to the bar, and he's like, just goes over to the bartender and just says, can I get 3 drinks? Ale, mead, shots, whatever you got will do.
Coming right up. You see him pours the stuff, slides it onto the bar. Then he just like holds out his hand.
Yeah, Orlo kind of like fumbles with his coins and is just kind of like looking at them and is like, gathers 5 of them and just like sets them in his hand and is like, I think that'll cover it.
And he like looks at it and looks at you and goes, yep, and just sticks it in his pocket.
So Orlo takes the 3 drinks in his hands and like walks them over to an empty table and digs around in the bag for the charm potion and sneakily adds like a small amount to one, a medium amount to another, and like a larger amount to a third, because I'm not sure what kind of effect this has on people. So he just does it really sneakily. he's
Go
thinking
ahead and
back
make a
to,
sleight of hand check just to see how
Yeah.
you
like-
Is he rolling against our perception check?
I don't think they're for you.
You might, yeah, you might have to beat a 4, bud.
I rolled a 4.
So
You're
like,
saying
I
there's
just
a
picture this him
chance.
being like super sneaky about it, and him just be like, and us
Yeah.
watching him like,
So Orlo, you see, like, as you guys are kind of like walking in, you see Orlo like kind of like shakily like adding this stuff because he's kind of not sure like exactly what he knows what he's doing, but he's not exactly sure to the extent of what he's doing. So he's kind of like, you see him just like pouring stuff in these drinks on the table.
Okay. So after I get them all situated and everything, and they all look even, I just kind of shout out to the bar like, "I got 3 drinks. Who wants them?"
There's obviously a bunch of people that kind of run over and grab them. What do you have any like criteria for what you're looking for in these people, or just that they want to drink them?
So yeah, I just make sure that they drink them, and like kind of shout out to them like, if you take them, you have to finish every last drop, and just to encourage them a little bit more. And then I'm gonna wait a few seconds, and try and gauge like what this charm potion is exactly doing, like how impressionable or whatever is happening to each one, like the small, medium, and large, just to see how much I might need to give somebody in the future.
Gotcha. So there's a group of a couple of guys that come over and they grab them and they just literally like cheers and slam them down immediately in front of you.
So they're a bachelor party.
It's a bachelor party, right?
Thank you, gentlemen.
Like, woo!
One of us wearing a sash.
says juicy AF.
Hey, I like your sash. Check it out. And I like flash my juicy charm.
Dominic, I just want to point out that you chose us, okay?
I did. So the first one, it doesn't seem to have any effect. The one that you did the smallest amount in. The second one and the third one both. You can see that there is something about them that is slightly different. If you would like, go ahead and either give me a insight or a perception check, Orlo.
$13.
Okay. So you can see that they kind of like both are just like kind of like they can tell that something's weird, and like it seems like they have a bad taste in their mouth. They like shrug and they like kind of both like sit down and they sit at the table with you and they start being very like buddy and like start trying to carry on a conversation. And the third one kind of just, or the first one I suppose, kind of just like looks at the two of them and is like, what are we gonna go back to? And then he just leaves and walks away.
Guys, it looks like Orlo is leaving us. He's making new friends over there.
Laya, as your spiritual advisor, I want you to know that everything you've just witnessed is extremely unethical.
I love it.
I appreciate
Case in point.
He's not wrong.
Just for the record, I don't look to Orlo as any kind of mentor or role model.
And Orlo is just taking notes in his notebooks as he's observing. And
you can see that like the guys are sitting there and like, oh, what are you writing? Oh, yeah, I think you misspelled that.
and I kind of look at both of them, and I start with something like I look at the one with the medium, and I'm like, "Can you go buy me a drink?"
Absolutely. He just gets up and walks over to the bar and grabs a drink.
Emmerin's
I'm just
watching.
like-
He's gonna scream out to you and go, "Buddy, you need to try one who hasn't had one. Control."
I'm just gonna
He
sigh
left.
and
My control walked out the door.
I feel like that's a pretty solid control.
I'm just gonna sigh and I'm gonna go just sit at the bar and I'm not paying attention to this anymore. And I'm gonna order a drink and sit there and sip.
Roland's gonna sit down at the table with Orlo and continue to observe the experience.
Laya, all of the drinks are very fun and like have weird like magical effects. Like some of them like sparkle and some of them like have fireworks in them.
I'll take a firework one, please.
Bartender makes it and slides it onto the bar.
What was the drink from Star Trek when he flicks it? It
I forgot
Blows.
about that.
yeah.
Is there any? What are you? What else would you like to do here, Orlo, with your experiment?
So as Roland sits down, Orlo looks over at him and is just like, kind of something clicks a little bit, and he's just like, excuse me, what if this is too invasive, you don't have to answer, but which archon do you align yourself with?
Oh yes.
So they both kind of like look at each other and then like look at you and they're like, "What? I mean, obviously it's Edon. Why would it be anything else?"
Oh, well, my friend here follows my Aries, and I don't know if he could interest you in some information regarding my Aries.
Hello. So while the pursuit of knowledge, as encouraged by our venerable brother Edon, is it Edon? I feel like I'm saying it wrong.
No,
Yeah, you got it.
You're
That's
correct.
right.
Our
Edon.
venerable brother Edon.
It's like
it's
Edon,
a noble
but
pursuit
Edon.
in and of itself. What we do with that knowledge is ultimately what is most important in life.
I'm gonna go to the bar and I'm gonna buy 2 shots of whiskey. I'm gonna put one in front of Laya and bang back the other one and go like keep them coming.
Orlo, make a persuasion check with advantage, please.
A persuasion check? Why would you do this to me?
And I will very quickly like just cheers Emmerin and throw it back.
That's a strong 8.
Okay.
With advantage?
So they sit there and start listening to Roland, and they're like, and they turn to you and like, are you sure we need to listen to all this? Is this important?
Important. Are you not listening?
Oh no, I'm sorry. And they both turn back to Roland. I'm so sorry. Can you repeat what you just said last?
I said, in conclusion, brothers, what use is naked arcane knowledge if we don't use it to raise our fellow man from the muck?
Now, doesn't that seem like something you all would be interested in maybe converting to?
I mean, if you think that that's a good idea, I mean, maybe that's.
I mean, this isn't a choice up to me. It's really up to you all. But was he not convincing?
No, very, yes.
Well,
And then I just start taking more notes.
I thank you, gentlemen, for your time, but I would hate to have you make a life-altering commitment in the current state.
Oh, that's the one guy kind of like claps his hand on your shoulder and he's like, "You're a good man."
I heard you, however, think on my words. Think on my words, gentlemen.
When you
And
wake
see
up
them,
tomorrow,
like, kind of like get up and they like walk away together and they're like,
Roland leans over to Orlo and he says, I think I got one.
At least one.
At least.
Well, now I got some ideas.
What did you put in their drink? Some sort of toxin?
Well, I think in the wrong amount, potentially, yes. But according to the experiment I just conducted, I think I know the safe amount to put in to, not make the person totally comatose, but also make them susceptible to suggestion.
I love how Roland was like, this is not moral. This isn't okay. And then he goes over and is like, I'm going to use this opportunity to spread the good word.
It's moral if you do it for a good
It's-
reason.
It's an ill wind
The
indeed
greater good.
equals no man any good.
Sometimes you just need a little ayahuasca and your eyes are open to all sorts of possibilities.
Exactly.
And Burke straight up was embodying Roland there for a second. Zam started saying, my friend over here worships my Aries. And you can see Burke just like inching closer to the mic. Like,
Just bringing that youth pastor energy to D&D. That's
That's what it's all about.
that's what I'm sure everybody came here for.
Don't worry, we'll listen to POD after
Yeah,
this.
yeah, if I could just lead us all in song for a brief moment.
So you guys,
it's like Hank Hill said, you're not making Christianity better. You're just making rock
Making
music
rock
worse.
and roll worse.
so you guys finish up with Orlo's experiment. You finish your drinks. It's about that time. You guys head over. You head through into the tower. You head down into the opening area before the wellspring.
Before I leave the bar, I ask for a to-go cup of alcohol. Or actually, before we leave, I walk up to Laya and I'm like, "Do you have any of that wine from Zrinka left?"
Yeah, I mean, she gave us a whole case, so I would imagine there's still some left in the carriage.
I think we might need that. And I try I just look for a container to put the drink in, whether that's a flask, whatever. Then pour some of the wine in, and then pour enough of the charm potion in to be effective, and then just kind of carry that with me.
Gotcha.
Now, is that going to mess with the flavor? Because we don't want people thinking that Zrinka's wine isn't good.
No, it'll be great. It'll be great. Trust me, this just makes it a little bit sweeter. It'll be great. I'm practically an expert in this stuff now.
You know, I haven't drank any of that, so I don't believe you.
I mean, I wouldn't recommend drinking it, but if you want, you could try some.
Orlo, has anyone ever told you that you have the capacity to be extremely frightening?
Oh, absolutely not. No.
Well, I'm here to give you the good news today.
Oh, I mean no harm. I mean no harm.
Well, and that's what makes it so scary. Is that of course you don't mean any harm, but if there was just a drop too much of that potion in there, and one of those gentlemen had dropped dead.
Oh, then we would have had a problem.
Yeah. Well, we would have. You're correct. We would have had a problem.
Yeah, that's why I didn't put too much in his.
Oh, wait. Okay. All right. I'm going to let this go, but I want you to know that I've been watching.
Oh yeah, I mean you were
Always
right
watching.
there.
I was right there the whole time.
You could join me on all of my experiments.
I may.
A good alchemist always has a good assistant.
Sure.
So, as you guys come down into this,
Also, on the way there, I am just talking Roland's ear off, like flipping through my notebook and being like, "Oh, this ingredient does this, and you can use it to make this." As my assistant, you should really know that. and it really looks like this when you're trying to harvest this. So just the entire way on the way there.
Roland before they go, Roland takes his water skin off of out of one of Max's saddlebags, and he pops the cork on it, and he dumps it out on the cobblestone, and he throws it over his shoulder.
Whatever could that be for?
Who knows, man?
I am Confucian, but okay.
You guys make your way down, and again, this beautifully ornate area. It's a little bit dimmer in the evening now, as the night starts to approach. But you guys walk in, and Giller's standing there in front of the door, just kind of arms crossed, staring at the teleporter. As you guys walk in, he looks at you all. Well, are you all ready to figure out what's going on here?
Where do you guys want to go, Libby?
Wouldn't be here for any other reason.
Actually, Orlo's got some great wine. Would you want?
Before we start, though, I think we ought to have a drink to get our courage up.
This is a joke. I'm not. I'm not suggesting we try to poison the mage.
You have the who?
We
Which
don't
one
want
of
to
you has
poison
the
the mage
ritual?
yet.
I believe. Well, I mean, I guess all of us. if
All of
it's
us,
in the bag.
we all reach in at the same time. What happens if we reach in and try to grab the same item all at the same time, and then we pull
What
it?
if we
I,
hold
like,
hands
twiddle
through the
everyone's
bag of
fingers?
holding?
It's like you'd reach into a bag, like into a grocery bag, and just
All of us reaching
yeah.
together. Okay, got you. Like, sorry.
And he goes, "You have the ritual, yes?
Yes.
Very well. I don't like this one bit.
Oh, good. We're among friends.
And he turns around, waves his hand. The door starts to slowly open. As they finish opening the hallway, he takes a few steps in towards the center of the room. And you all can see that surrounding the whole outside of this room, where, like, up against the walls where the runestones are, there's just a bunch of robed, like, mages just standing along the wall. And he turns around and looks at the group of you and goes, "Well, are we ready to get started?" And that is where we will end it this week.
I'm sure Roland loves walking into a room full of all these magic people.
Roland
Tell us how you feel about it, Roland.
Roland is ready to absolutely murk some fools. He's in a pretty bad mood, and nothing alleviates his bad mood quite like a little bit of righteous bloodletting.
Here I go killing again.
Oh no, an ambush! Swing! Whatever shall we do?